Can you talk to us a little bit about what are some of the maybe myths about what forgiveness is? And then we can get into what it really is. Like, what does it really mean to find reconciliation with each other and to move forward with forgiveness?
You're asking me first or Sam?
Yes, I'm asking you first.
To speak to the myths, I think the myth of forgiveness is, especially as kids, I think we kind of have this get over it mentality where, Johnny took my ball and we have this, what's the big deal, get over it, or it's time to share, or we try to approach it in a way in which we don't think it's as big a deal, but then we are instilling principles where forgiveness is a get over it. But to be honest, forgiveness, I think one of the myths is we don't get over it. And as much as we think we have forgiven, or maybe we have done what it takes to be forgiven, I don't think we realize all. And I would say this, and Jen, I've said this to you before. Jesus has shown us what it takes to forgive, and it was the cross. And so I think for each one of us, what it takes to forgive is truly dying to self, taking up our cross and following Jesus, and really, praying for the power, praying for the Holy Spirit, for his heart, to know his grace, his love, what the implications are for me to forgive somebody, but also what are the implications for me to go seek forgiveness, to really desire reconciliation. Because I think, and I guess the other myth is that somehow I can forgive and not be around that person anymore, or forgive and forget. Forgiveness it doesn't make us forget anything. I mean, the nail scars on Jesus' hands are there to show us we'll never forget. Forgiveness doesn't make anybody innocent or make it as if nothing ever happened. No, it happened. But there's a way in which forgiveness helps us get through that pain or that hurt. And then I guess the other thing is that when we forgive, forgiveness is actually taking away anything that would hinder us from being in fellowship together. Ultimately, when Jesus Christ forgives, he is willing to, he has a forgiving heart already, but then whatever the offense is, he's willing to forgive that so that nothing stands in the way of us being reconciled, of us abiding, communing, having fellowship, which First John speaks to. And so then when we forgive, we're essentially saying, okay, I have forgiven you. Now there is nothing standing in the way of us having fellowship and communion together. And we don't always approach forgiveness that way. We approach it as if, I'm forgiving you, but I don't trust you. Or I'm forgiving you, but I'm not over it. Or I'm forgiving you, but we don't have to be around each other. I think that for me, those are some of the initial thoughts as I think of myths, but also of what forgiveness is.